Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and today, Tuesday, April 15th, is day one of your Tuesday at 10 minute tip on how to grow your own food. Like most city dwellers, you probably have a nice backyard lawn full of grass, which is great. But unless you have a cow growing grass, it's not really going to be helpful for you because you don't eat grass. So, what you need to do is to designate a part of your lawn that you can set aside to plant some fruits and vegetables. And every Tuesday at 10, we're going to give you 10 minutes of tips on how to do it so that you can grow your own food. So that no matter what happens with the economy, you can always eat. And we'll be with you every Tuesday at 10 to give you 10 minutes of some valuable information all the way up to Tuesday, October 14th, where we will harvest what we have grown. You can participate in the process by growing something that you like, whether it's lettuce, tomatoes, onions, celery. You can grow a salad right in your backyard. But more importantly, you can replenish the nutrients that the earth needs to stay healthy. For many of us, growing grass year after year has depleted the soil of nutrients. And as a result, it may be dry and withered. And if we didn't get a lot of precipitation, a lot of snow during the winter season, then the earth is dry and needs extra water. So every time it rains, be happy because this is what the earth needs to grow. Now, one of the important things that you're going to do in this process is to turn over the soil. And that means you're going to dig up part of the yard where there's grass and other plants, turn over the soil so you can see underneath. Now, we've started the process and we've designated a space about 6 feet away from the fence to create a space where we can grow. And we started the process of turning over the soil so underneath you can see what it looks like. And what you want to see is some rich black soil, but also in order for anything to grow on top, the soil needs to be able to support life underneath. So you should see in the soil, you should see live things such as worms and bugs living underneath. And these are creatures that help the soil. They help break up the soil so that the plants that you grow will be able to take root. Everything in nature works together. And so we, the human beings, need to do our part in this whole ecological process. Everything is recyclable. We're the only species that's creating garbage. But if we had wisdom, we would know that there is no such thing as garbage and we would know how to reuse and repurpose everything. What we must do with all of our organic matter is to recycle it. And that's something called composting. Now, when the soil needs nutrients, you want those nutrients to come from live things. So, all of your vegetable peelings, fruits, things like banana peels, orange peels, apple shavings, potato peels, all of those things you put together and combine it with soil. And that's what makes compost. And so, what we've done this winter, all of our organic matter we've saved, and you mix it up with grass, leaves, soil, and as it decomposes, it actually turns back to soil. And because these are live bits of, you see, you got a little bit of lettuce and some of the things that you don't eat, orange peels, these things will break down and slowly become rich soil that you can use to nourish the soil that you're going to use to plant. So composting is important. You should have perhaps a container in your kitchen so that when you have live foods that you're eating, you can add that and take it out and put it in a container. And then you cover the container. We've covered ours with plastic so that it could break down. Now, also what we added were some earthworms because earthworms help in the process of breaking down matter and helping it become rich soil. Now, in that process of creating compost and making rich soil, we're recycling things that can be repurposed, and that creates less garbage. What we're also going to show you is how to identify the plants that are growing because Mother Earth is very wise. She knows what she needs, and she will grow the plants that help replenish the soil of the nutrients that have been depleted as a result of our repetitive growing of grass. So when you see certain plants that are growing in your yard, these plants are beneficial to the soil. And you don't want to put pesticides on anything. Do not kill anything because death produces death. If you're putting something in the soil to kill anything, whatever you grow is going to kill you too, slowly. So rather than kill plants that you don't yet know the value of and the use of, we're going to show you how to discourage certain plants from growing around your food. And also, we're going to show you how to identify those edible plants that are growing that are for your benefit. Everything that you need is provided by the earth. Not everybody is aware of this, but every single disease and illness can be healed by what grows out of the ground. This is a fact that will be taught to students in our upcoming New Earth Homeschool Academy online in our very important class, How to Grow Your Own Food. It's necessary that we empower the next generation to be healthy and to work with Mother Earth as opposed to against Mother Earth, how to do life-enhancing activities, and how to recycle everything that we create and use so that we're not the ones creating garbage. Everything is for our benefit if we have the wisdom and how to use it. So we want you to participate in the process of providing for your own subsistence. And we also are giving you an opportunity to be a part of our special Pandemic Farms program. Pandemic stands for Producing Agricultural Nourishment, Developing Economies, Making Independent Communities. It's a label for the produce we're producing to eat, to drink, to sell. And so you can be a part of that process as well. You can have your own cottage industry. So we're going to give you an opportunity every Tuesday at 10 for some very important tips. And we want you to follow along and get your tools ready as we get ready to break down the soil using the tools you're going to need for that process so that you can start to turn your lawn into a garden. I'm Naima Latif. See you next Tuesday for a tip at 10 on how to grow your own food.